dropped his opponent. Never been done before. We're going to the judge's decision.
No.
We're going to the judge's decision.
I'm
Ben,
not finished selling. I'm not finished selling.
you don't need to sell it.
No, I don't need. No, I'm selling this.
The ref's saying there's no.
You can't just stop this. That is for a belt as well, right? That's for a belt.
Yeah, so was that.
So was that one actually.
Okay, guys, we are back, and today we are doing our UFC, WEC, maybe Pride, anything to do with MMA, greatest moments of all time. Ben, behind the camera, is going to be our ref. I'm going to go the greatest moment ever in UFC, MMA, mixed martial arts history. Brad Pickett beating Demetrius Johnson.
So I want you to win this one.
Try and beat that. You just draw a penis.
There you go. Penis. John Jones choking Machida.
We're going to have to go Nath 1-0.
Yes!
1-0.
I don't mind losing that one. Right, this is actually one of my favourite moments in UFC sort of history. The first episode of The Ultimate Fighter, the season 1. That was a great season in itself, but where it delivered for me was the final with Stephen Bonner and Forrest Griffin. For me, that fight was phenomenal, and so for me, I'm not beating that. You've already used the best card, was it a Brad Pickett one? You're not beating that one now.
You did sell it, but I think I'm going to get you on this one.
No.
Guys, I am going to go with Izzy versus Pereira rivalry. We're not just talking about one fight. We're talking about how Pereira followed him to the UFC, took the belt off him, then obviously eventually lost, but followed him to another sport and beat him again. The rivalry between the two, sold tickets, brought eyes to the fight.
Did not save the UFC.
I'm going to trump that via...
It did not save the UFC.
Okay, we're going to go Brad.
I feel like Brad's bullied you into that. A moment that I think everyone will remember. A moment where, when I watched it, I was just in disbelief. When Anthony Pettis did the Showtime kick against Ben Henderson. Something we'd never seen before.
That there was a phenomenal moment. I actually fought on that card and it annoyed the crap out of me because I was probably in the best fight of that night until that happened. And then he won the...
Who was you fighting on that card?
Ivan Menjivar. But this one, I was going to go super big. No.
Do you want to help with the words?
So no. Yeah, I'm going to go this one.
Do you want to help with the spelling?
So, I'm going to go with this one. Leon Edwards, Usman, headshot, dead. Headshot, dead! So, like, you only have a phrase like that. For me, that's become a meme. You just type in headshot.
Stop trying to sell it. Just let Ben judge it.
No, I have to. But you just, I'm telling you the moment. The moment there when you're 4 rounds down, you're in the final round, right? Your coach, like, you in the corner, you just absolutely deflated. You're just like, what am I doing here? And your coach tries to fire you back up, say, look, you got to go out there and do something.
That does not beat a guy jumping across the cage, doing a kick that's never been done before, dropped his opponent. Never been done before. We're going to the judge's decision.
No.
We're going to the judge's decision.
I'm
Ben,
not finished selling. I'm not finished selling.
You don't need to sell it.
No, I don't need. No, I'm selling this.
The ref's saying there's no.
You can't just stop this. That is for a belt as well, right? That's for a belt.
Yeah, so was that.
So was that one actually. But also you can think the amount of eyes are on that fight. You know, so many eyes are on you. That is like the pinnacle of the sport.
We go to the judge's decision.
Yes. You know. Big fight.
Let it go.
WC.
We're going to the judge's decision. You know you've lost, that's why.
In Phoenix, Arizona. Was it Arizona?
We're going to the judge's decision. Ben, who do you think takes it?
Headshot, dead.
I love Brad's reasoning, but 2 head kicks, and we've seen head kicks before, we've never seen.
But it's about the moment. What it meant. Oh, this is, I know where we're going with this one.
2-0.
2-1.
2-1.
2-1, yeah, see, look.
All right.
I just got to win. You're not beating that. I don't even, exactly. You can't beat this one. McGregor.
But now I'm just going to go, what's my weakest card?
McGregor versus Aldo, the knockout, that for me was like, I mean...
You don't need to sell it. I'm going to give you McGregor becoming the double champ.
I'm not going to sell it, but I just want to let everyone express my moment. Because, do you know, where were you when that happened?
In bed fast asleep.
Most people was in this country. Nah, not me. Not me. I thought, you know what? I'm going to stay up and watch this fight.
30
I was
seconds.
waiting, I was like falling asleep. I'm like, oh, what's going on? Just
then,
get
boom, done. Go to bed.
water, put water in my face. I'm trying to stay up. I'm struggling. Right? My wife comes down, right? In the middle of the night, she went to the toilet. She hears me now. She goes, has the fight happened yet? And I'm like, no, it's literally just happening. She looks over, boom. All right, going back to bed. And I'm like, what's just happened? She come down for like less than 30 seconds, a minute, watched the knockout and went straight back to bed. Well, I've been staying up all night.
So me, woke up in the morning, have a little bit of breakfast, whatever, put the telly on, got a good night's sleep.
No, but it's different.
Saw the 13
But I'm
second
glad
knockout.
I watched it live. Reason being, because it depends how you watch it. Back then, you probably would have gone to MMA court or watch it or something like that. If you do that, you know by the length of the video which is uploaded how long the fight went.
No, I just...
Yeah, that's what happens. If you had any brain, you would. You like...
Take the win.
If it was like a 15-minute video or a 20-minute video, it was a decision. If it was like 3 or 4 minutes, you're like, oh, someone got knocked out.
I'm going to go with Ronda Rousey when she got knocked out by Holly Holmes. Now, let me just tell you, at this point, Ronda Rousey was the GOAT, the greatest of all time female fighter. No one could even touch her. And then, boom, out of nowhere, Holly Holm comes along and absolutely annihilates her, makes her look silly. I remember the point where Ronda Rousey tried to take her down and she just kind of sidestepped and Ronda's like, where's she gone? Then knocked her out cold. So that is my top trump.
This is the tricky one. Because I actually don't want to be that, because that for me was, I love that. You know, the Cinderella sort of story of the church-going girl who is very, please, thank you. Yeah, for me that was a great moment where you had the traditional American bully, like, like really disrespectful kind of person. So for me, that is the best moment out of any of these moments I have here. So...
Thanks for saying it for me as well, so now.
yeah, so I'll just set myself up to lose, but this is also another good one. Similar sort of thing, where you have someone who, yet again, is the GOAT, little bit being a bit, showing off a little bit, showing where your risky sort of style can bite you, and that's when Wyman knocked out Anderson Silva, where he was being a bit too, rolling the dice a bit too much, being a bit too, I wouldn't say cocky as such,
flamboyant.
But flamboyant. And
he was in the first round as well, right?
He's a bit, so 100% that's the winner, right?
You sold it for me, so cheers for that, Brad. So, this is it, guys. The question is it going to be a draw and go to sudden death, which will mean there's no card, we both talk about what we think is the best moment ever, or it could be Nathaniel walking away with the win and Brad doing another Scotch bonnet.
But we already know how this is going to go, because your number one wingman here is like always helps you out.
Yeah, you paid the
exactly,
judges.
Exactly. Well, mine was a massive one, right? But this tests people's knowledge of the sport. Obviously, it's a fast-growing sport. We have a lot of new fans that will come around. This is back in the old school Pride days. I remember talking about this before. Have you ever watched an old MMA video called Furious Angels? It's all about Pride. And within that highlight reel, there's some great moments. There's a moment where Fedor was getting suplexed, landing on his head, nearly kind of dying, and comes back and commands the guy. And also this moment here, where Rampage also picks he's like kind of guy's trying to go for like an armbar. He picks him up while he's in the guard and slams the guy. Like something like how Donkey Kong, like a computer game, picks him up, just slams him so hard and knocks him clean out. I think that's a massive moment. It depends. This all goes where how your knowledge is of the sport. This is on you, by the way.
So in other words, you basically just said to Ben, like, you have to pick me, otherwise
you know
nothing about the sport.
Yeah. Well, I've got to compare with what you have.
So obviously, guys, that was an amazing moment. That's an amazing highlight reel moment. But nothing beats what people spoke about when Khabib versus McGregor aftermath of the fight, where Khabib jumped out of the cage, tried to stomp on McGregor, Dylan Dennis was kicking off.
It's not a good moment for the sport.
It was just going crazy, guys. Now, you're telling me that people didn't tune in. You might say it's not good for the sport, but guess what? The next day, people were talking about it. You have two of the biggest names in MMA. Right. Let me finish, Brad.
Okay.
Two of the biggest names in the UFC history over Rampage Jackson's powerbomb. Now, I'm going to say one thing. Ben, if you don't pick me, I'm going to beat you up.
So 100% Rampage is a much bigger moment. Khabib versus McGregor.
We're going to go with Ben's decision.
Okay, so just to clarify, Brad, you're talking about just that one moment and not the edit that went out, that Furious Angels edit, yeah?
Yeah, you kind of tried to sell
both.
two.
No, it's both. It's that thing.
Doesn't say that on the card though, brother.
No, but this card...
That just says Rampage Powerbomb.
This is a faulty card, so I'm just going with that whole...
We'll add it with the pen.
No, I'm going to write here because it's together, so it's double bashing you. Fatal. Slam as well.
So if we're going to cheat midway, that's fine. But, you know, I'll let you. If you want to cheat, that's fine. Ben, judge's decision. Make or break.
I think this is the toughest one, but purely as a filmmaker and an editor, I went back and watched the Furious Angels edit, and I think you can see how a lot of people still take from that nowadays in the promos, so I'm going to have to give it to Brad.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying. Well done, you cheated your way to
Yes,
success.
Bobby! Yes!
Oh, hold on, you haven't won. It's a draw.
No, I won.
It's a draw. We're going to do this, ready? No cards allowed, no thinking allowed. We are going to go greatest fight of all time in UFC history. You've got 30 seconds to think. Right, I'm just going to say it, because if he's already wrote it down, but I'm going to say Robbie Lawler versus Roy McDonald.
Same one.
Same.
Sorry.
Damn.
Right.
It's a draw again. So, guys, for this one, we're going to just call it a draw. Let us know who you would like to see get involved next time on the Top Trump Challenge.
I won that.
Until next time, peace out.